Traders, what's up, guys? We have a lot of data coming out this week. NFP, consumer confidence for the U.S., unemployment claims. It's a big week for the U.S. Let's talk about it here at Capital Markets. Traders, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Capital Markets. It's your host, Cleveland Bishop. Hope you guys are having a great start to the week. All right, it's Tuesday morning. U.S. session is just about to open up, and we have a consumer confidence number that is going to drop that many of the market participants are anticipating. All right, folks. So, guys, make sure you are subscribed because we have a few more releases in terms of video releases coming out later on this week. And if you guys ever have any questions, please comment down below. I want to know what you guys are thinking when it comes to these markets. All right. So again, consumer confidence coming out. We just had GDP last week on Friday, and folks, it was not a massive return. We did not have too much of an actual move, and we hit right at expectations, 4.1, which is ridiculously high. We haven't seen those kind of numbers since the recession. We had a little tick up in 2014 as well, right around the time we started to wind down our quantitative easing policy for the U.S. That was a really big time during our market and our monetary policy system. Okay, so outside of that, we have a few more releases. We have ADP non-farm payroll. That's the private sector payrolls company reports on basically how many jobs are added, how many people quit, things of that sort. And then, of course, on Friday, we have all the other data releases, unemployment claims, average hourly earnings, and our NFP. NFP, this week, we're looking at 193,000 jobs added. Here's a quick screenshot of the past two NFPs. You guys can see that the expected was around the same, around where we are right now, 190s, 180s. But we ended up getting 220s, all right, two teens. All right, those are pretty massive, NFP numbers. And during those times, and if we did get a buy side move on a dollar those days, NFP wasn't what people were looking at. They were looking at average hourly earnings, and we were keeping an eye out on those unemployment claims as well. All right, so that's what we're looking at for the U.S. right now. Here's a quick screenshot on the Euro USD. You guys can see that the U.S. dollar has been weakening throughout the Monday session. We ended up trading back up into the $1.17 lows. We were hanging out in those $1.16 mids, right around $1.1650. But we have had an accelerated move, U.S. dollar weakening just a bit. They might be trying to potentially get a good price, only to potentially start selling these markets back off, those euro markets. Here, again, here's a quick screenshot of the dollar index. So you guys can see we have been very, very much consolidated on this dollar index for the past few weeks or so. So we could see markets start to trade back down. I'm thinking that this U.S. dollar is at the extent of its strength. All right, so that's why we are seeing that potentially we will see a pull back down into structure on that dollar index, but that's something that we're going to just have to keep an eye on. All right, outside of that, euro news, not too much euro data coming out this week, but we did have some euro productivity data that came out last week that did show a slight pickup in terms of their actual productivity in their labor markets. All right, that's some pretty good news. And outside of that, on the weekend, we actually saw Italy referendum speeches wind down a bit. The head of the Italian parliament, the Five-Star Movement, he was mentioning how he potentially wanted to leave the European Union. He wanted an Italian referendum. Well, he just mentioned that he's going to be backing off of that. All right, so that's why we thought there could potentially be some strength coming in on that Euro USD. Okay, so and other Euro crosses as well, Euro AUD, and potentially even that Euro GBP. We know that the Euro GBP has been sliding off of it. Here's a quick screenshot of that as well. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye out on what's happening in the Euro economy this week. There isn't too much from a data perspective, but there might be some more speeches and some more talks about this Italian referendum and potentially about the quantitative easing policy that's happening right now. Closing off, I want to talk to you guys about the Canadian dollar. Here's a quick weekly screenshot of the Canadian dollar. You guys will also notice here that Canadian dollar, we're sitting back down on a 38.2% Fibonacci retracement. A break of that level, we actually broke on that Monday trading session when that U.S. dollar started to get weak. A break of that level could send us back down into some major structures that the Canadian dollar has been in. All right, we have some CPIs coming out for the Canadian dollar, and we also have an interest rate decision that may be coming out as well. Those Canadians, they have been swayed left and right. Last year, massive amount of buy-side move from the Canadian dollar because of interest rate hikes, and 2018, dismal. All right, I need these Canadians to pull it together. Okay, so let's see what happens there in regards to that interest rate decision and the CPI release that's going to be coming out as well. You guys can head back over here to Capital Markets later on this week to get that information. All right, and if you guys don't know, capital-markets.com. You guys need to head over to that website. That's our website. We're a broker here out of Hong Kong, one of the top brokers in the entire industry, all right? And we route from some of the best liquidity providers, which means you're going to be getting filled instantaneously. That's really important, especially if you're a scalper or a day trader. And also, all right, if you're looking at exotics and you're looking at minors, okay, those usually come at a high cost, but our spreads are very, very low, which means you can trade some of these awesome exotic pairs for a cheaper cost. Okay, so guys, head over to capital-markets.com. I'm your host, Cleveland Bishop. Talk to you guys tomorrow.